episode of This Woman's Work with me, Chynna B. This episode is going to be all about love and intimacy, but with yourself. Today's episode, we have one of my great friends, Tearah Willing. How are you?
Great.
AKA TT.
Yeah.
This is my girl. We've been friends since high school.
Literally, Bobcats.
Bobcats, cheerleading. Yes, we cheerlead together, dance together. We even work out together still to this day.
Yes.
And she's going to walk this out with us. So
Let's walk it out.
let's walk it out, boo. Let's walk it out. So as you can see, we do have pajamas on. So just be prepared to perhaps cry or have a long type of thought process with yourself, because it's going to get real. So get cozy, because we're cozy. So TT,
Hey, girl.
how are you?
I'm well. I genuinely am well. How are you?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
You showed up.
I showed up.
You're doing this.
I'm doing it.
Big things.
Big thing.
Big year.
And I'm here. But I really wanted to have this conversation just about love in our hearts, right? Because I feel like your heart, the posture of your heart dictates how you move in life overall.
Agree.
And I'm going to share a little bit about me.
Let's see.
What's not to you when it comes to me? But, so, posture of our hearts. About a year ago, right, I was dating this guy. Cool. Super fun, right? Until it wasn't fun. It's fun until it's not fun, right? And this was the beginning of, I feel like, me having such an intimate and intricate relationship with God, because I had to trust him with this particular thing. And once me and a guy kind of went our separate ways, I kind of got in a room or a space where I was like, I feel like I'm just attracting the same type of person, just in different bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me feel like, even though it's rarely me.
Oh, it's never you.
It's never me.
It's never you.
But it might be me today.
Mm-mm.
But it's never me.
It was always them.
It was always them, right? But I'm just like, okay, guy, what's going on? What's up? Me and him, my good Lord, we got in a room. And as I asked these questions, I just kept asking why after every answer. So I would just be like, why am I attracting the same person in different bodies, right? Then once I got to that place where I asked God, why do I feel like I can walk away from anything or anybody, but I still feel like I don't know how to patch up the wound, right? Don't play with me. You know me.
I know. You said, see ya.
Who, me? Gotta go. But still, just because you walk away doesn't mean that you're not shot, right? It doesn't mean that you're not bleeding.
Like, you still bleeding out.
You still bleeding. And I
literally
feel like,
limping away.
Right. And sometimes it's easy to say it is what it is. I'm good.
But
are you really good?
Is it though?
Are you really good? So that's when I really got to this place with God, because it's like, am I really good? Forget the person. Am I really good? And once I asked God, why is it that I feel so, I guess, depleted, when I leave situations? Well, what caused you to feel depleted, Chynna? You're giving a lot. Okay. I got to that point. I said, okay, so why do I feel the need to give so much? Why am I over giving? What is that about? And this is just me. I'm really in this room asking these questions to myself. Then why do you feel the need to overgive and overshare? Oh, I think I overgive and I overshare because I feel like if I give you all that you need, whether it's a friendship or platonic, if I give you all that you need, where else do you need to be? You know what I'm saying? But then that means I'm saying yes when I really want to say no, right? So that leads me to feel, of course, depleted, because I'm giving more than what I have.
Exactly.
So then I got to a place where I'm like, okay, I get that, I understand that, but why do I feel like if I don't give all that I have, that someone's gonna walk out of my life, right?
Let me ask you this real quick. Mm-hmm. Do you give with the expectation to get the same thing back in return?
No, I don't think so. I don't give to people just so they can give to me. I am disappointed though when I do need someone and I've given all that I have, and the one time I need you, it's like you act like I never did anything for you. I never been there.
Or it's such an inconvenience.
Or it's so, or you just like, I'm just not doing it. It's like, I think that kind of makes me mad because like I'm saying yes when I want to say no, and I can't be mad at someone else for having boundaries.
Exactly.
But it's almost like, I guess my idea of love, right, was overdoing, overgiving, and I think I got to that place where I really was like, I got to my last why. I'm like, God, what is it about me that feels the need to give or prove myself?
That was proving yourself.
Right? It turned into me understanding that the core of it all is me, me wishing or hoping that if I would have gave more, if I would have said more, if I would have did more, then me and my mom's relationship would have been closer. And that was the part that I gave to God. And I'm like, oh, Mother Gray. I'm like, I feel like that's the part where God stopped me. And he was like, this is what I want from you. This is what I want. This is the part that I need from you. Like, what's the point of being so good at everything that you do? And I don't care about that, Chynna. This is the part that I want from you. Because this is the part that is changing the trajectory of your life. This is where all of the type of friends, the type of men, the type of thing that you allow in your life, this is where it's stemming from. Because deep inside, what you're really saying is you don't think that you're deserving because you wish you, or you don't think that you're enough in some sense. Because it's like, had I did this, maybe we would have been here. Mm-hmm. And that's where I kind of like, I allow God to work with me. You're emotional. Why?
I understand what you're saying. For me, it was kind of the opposite, trying to find love, because I grew up with my grandparents. I lost my mother when I was 3 years old, and my father walked out of my life the day she died. So I have my grandparents that took me in, and when I tell you their love was unconditional, completely unconditional, anything I would ever need, any conversation I wanted to have, the respect they gave me as a person, not just as a child, but as a person. Like, I saw true love in my intimate family. Like, I saw how a man was supposed to treat a woman. I saw how a woman was supposed to treat a man. I saw how people can, get through arguments in tough times. I really learned so much through my parents and watching them love each other and love and pour into me, that when I got into the real world, because I didn't have to prove myself to my parents. Right. That's what it was. I didn't have to prove myself to my parents. They just loved me because I was me. Yeah. And that was more than enough. So when I got into the real world and I have to almost do the opposite and show people why I'm worth loving, why I'm worth being respected, like why I'm worth, why I'm worth this amount of money, why I need this raise, why I deserve this title. And it's like, it's a lot of proving. This is a lot of proving I gotta do. Like, Jesus, it's tiring. Like, dang, I woke up with my parents and I was just the queen bee. Yeah. And I got humbled so quickly coming into the real world. Even like getting friends, like, why should you be friends with me? Just because I'm a nice person? Yeah. That's not enough. Like, just not feeling like I was enough for so many situations, whether it was friends, partner, like men especially. Like, you never feel like you're enough. So
I never says that.
I definitely feel you on that. It's just I felt the exact opposite. Like, I had to overprove myself because I was given so much unconditional love when I was little.
That's even something to think about, though, because I think like we go into the world and we think, or I think when our parents raised us, I don't have any kids yet, but when they raise us, it's like, oh, I'm going to give them all this love. And then it's like, yeah, we probably have to, like, show them what it's also like to be in a world with people who don't come from love either. Because that can have you, like, feeling like, well, hold on.
Wait, Chynna, biggest shock of my life.
For. Like,
me either.
Wait, I'm like, wait, you don't like me?
Everyone doesn't, y'all don't eat dinner together? Y'all don't, or, like, you speak to your mom like that? that's come from a place of hate. Or like just seeing, I can tell you now as I'm getting older, I'm realizing I can start to tell that people didn't have the same kind of love growing up that I did. And that's apparently the same way it was healing for me, it's traumatic for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's such a word.
Yeah, it's deep. But you know what I will say is, I'm so happy that God had really like got me to this place, right? And I was like, what, 25 at the time? I'm a little old. I'm not that old. Yeah, this was like a little year ago. But I was just so happy when I got to that place and I allowed God to work with me, because it was like once I gave that to him, I realized that my taste in a lot of things changed. And I did not feel the need to be around places and spaces that was not for me. You know? And what I will say is, it wasn't like, or how he kind of helped me understand this, he put me in a situation where I had to kind of go back, like a slingshot situation. And when I had to go back, I had to understand that people can only give you what they have. Right? So for the longest, because, you know, and me and my mom, we're like better. Like we're, you know, but before we were working on our relationship, you sometimes want things and you realize that some people, well, I realized then, people can't give you what they don't have. That's right? True. Or what they haven't received. And a lot of times we get mad or we get angry, or we don't even realize that we're just caught in a crossfire of a lot of things. Like, we thinking, oh, like someone having a bad day or just a bad situation in life, and what they may have said to us or what they may have did to us is like, it makes us feel like, you know, for me, my experience, maybe I'm an abandoned child, right? I feel abandoned sometimes. Really? And then if you place those things on you, which is not the case, but at the time I did. And once you place those things on you, it's like, okay, if I'm going to label myself as an abandoned person, as an abandoned child, have an abandonment type of wound, then you have to then move in that way. What does that look like? Putting a wall up. Not a gate where, really, you know, good things come out and get in, but a wall.
Usually, I feel like people with abandonment issues are the first ones to open the door for everybody, because they're clinging on to the first thing that they can find that feels like the love that they wanted. And then they'll do anything to keep it so that they cannot get abandoned. So you're the opposite.
So I feel like I'm like
you're
medium.
Protective.
Yeah, I feel like in my mind, nothing stays.
Really?
It's just a time. So it's like, and I can honestly say I probably even lost friends where I could have probably communicated with them. But in my mind, everything ends. So when it ended, it was no point of me even going forward to try to rekindle or try to understand.
Why not?
Because in my mind, everything already has an expiration date, right? That's how I used to think. And, like, I'll let you go. I'll never fight for you. Really? That doesn't mean it didn't hurt. So, like, my sense of what I thought was abandonment was like, everybody's going to leave at some point in time. So when you do, and people assume I don't care, or she never cared. That's not the case. I care so much. I care about people. But
you still protecting yourself.
You think so? I feel like now I'm at a place where...
But it's a healthy protection, though. Because those people, the men, they were here for, you know, a season. They served their purpose. The plot was thicker. It was great.
Right.
Nice little story. Nice little storyline. I do think that you're protecting yourself, though. Now I think you're putting up these walls and these gates in a form of like, I have a standard. This is
so I wouldn't say like, see, with men, I don't really like. I don't know. Men I don't really allow men to really do too much.
Okay.
Like, I don't
like, to your person.
No man. Like, you know,
yeah, like
I just no.
Men are not even in the equation right now.
Yeah, no at all. But more so like even with like friends, you know, I will say I don't have a wall up anymore. I have a gate. which is a good thing because you have to have discernment. And I ask for discernment now. Like, God, allow me to know who's for me and who's not for me. But at the same time, the reason why I feel like I'm not in that space anymore is because I'm open to these things now. I'm open to, you know, getting around and being around different people and allowing them to experience me. See, I mean, you know me personally, so like I'm quick. I'm nice to people. I'm very polite. And, you know, we can be busting up. Hey, girl, hey. But you know me. It's only but so many people that come to my house. But so many people that can call my phone. Like, all right, now, you... Like, girl, let's hang out. I'm going to let you know. You know me. You take, like, 3 years to hang out with somebody.
Hang out?
Hold on.
But can we hang in?
Yeah, hold up. So now, like, once I got in that room with God and we had that conversation and he really did work with me in ways to even just let me know, like, even if someone did hurt you, it's not stopping what I have for you. Like, even if you did choose a bad friend or you did have a bad experience, it didn't stop you. Like, I'm not allowing that circumstance to stop you. So don't, in retrospect, allow people to stop you or change who you are. You cut yourself off from the world, and people who hurt you just go out and do what they want to do.
And
you're
they
like,
still living.
I'm just not going to talk to anybody. I'm just not going to do. I'm doing nothing. I'm just going to sit in my room and watch Law and Order. No, that's insane. That's insane. And I know that I'm at a place where I'm getting better and I'm more open to receiving it, and my heart is lighter because the type of people that I'm now attracting. I was attracting those type of people, different people at first because, you know, that's probably where my heart posture was at.
Right.
I don't need nobody. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm in my lane. Like,
yeah.
You know, but now I'm like, you know, okay, I'm understanding this. I'm learning how to communicate. I'm understanding not to take offense to things. I understand why God says do not take offense to a lot of things, because if you're not cautious, you're going to hold that on you. You're going to put that on you. Whole time that was never about you. You just got caught in a crossfire, babe.
It's never about you.
You just got caught in a crossfire. You like, cause yeah, girl, that girl just had a bad day. That girl had a bad day, and that's all that happened. So, I can say that I'm really in a better place simply because, like, the type of friends that I have now, you know, that I'm attracting, the type of opportunities, and I know that my heart has changed and my posture has changed because I even ask God, like, I thank him for those things, but I also ask him how to maintain it.
Exactly.
You know, and I feel like my heart is lighter simply because I'm not making things that's not about me. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not making things that's not about me.
Because it's not about you.
It's not about me.
Chynna, it is it is so freeing to let go of other people's problems, their trauma, their stressors, their insecurities, because, you know, misery love themselves some company,
girl.
And I feel like
I'm not doing it.
I'm not either. Keep all of that. Like, I was saying earlier, like, I'm the listening friend. Like, yes, please tell me your story. Tell me what you're going through today. You can even give me a little bit of trauma, but don't trauma dump on me.
Yeah.
And I hope that you come to me with the realization that I'm coming back to you with solutions.
Yes.
I'm coming, like, not advice. I'm just coming back to you with what I think, what I would do if I was in your shoes. Because, or let me know ahead of time. Like, are we talking to find the solution, or are you just letting it out? Because I feel like those are two different conversations.
Yes.
And a lot of times, some people do just need a listening ear and just need to get something off their chest. But some people like to play victim and stay in victimhood, and I feel like that is just such a detriment, and it sinks into you and into your spirit. Like, the person will be like, "Oh, I'm down bad on money." You say maybe you should start budgeting better. Maybe you should lay off this, that, and the third kind of maintenance ideas. Do this, and I'll just be like, "Nah, that sounds too hard." And I say, "Okay, well, guess you be broke forever."
But you know what? What I will say, what I will add to is through my revelation, because this was like an ongoing thing. Like, this wasn't like God just gave me the revelation the next day and was like, "This it." You know, it was like an ongoing thing. And one thing that I realized, right, with just people, or just overall just people, I was in my room one day and I was cleaning, and like I was a little bit angry. I don't know why I was angry. Sometimes I just wake up angry, right? And I was just angry, and I was just thinking about, like, you know, me and just certain experiences that I had, and just, like, I was thinking about my mom, too. And I'm like, you know, I'm just so happy that we're working on things, but just before, just that time that was lost, I was angry about it, right? And then I remember, like, God really just coming to me in a way, because he gets buck at me sometimes. I hope y'all know. Like, God gets buck at me sometimes.
Does he?
Yeah, he gets buck at me sometimes.
You probably got to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
You don't take signs. You know, you probably got to learn the hard way. He probably got to knuck if you buck you.
But it wasn't, he had to beat me up, but it was just like, it was one of those things where, this is what we have to understand about people, and this is where my grace comes from with people. For real, for real. I was in a room one day, and I was just chilling. I was so angry about, you know, something with my mom. And then I just, like, I feel like God just said to me, like, get your mouth off of her. And when I say get your mouth off of her, get your mouth off of people, that kind of means, like, watch what you say about people. Watch how you feel about people. Because what he made me realize was a lot of things that I fought, not just my mom, but other people for in my life, if I was in their position, I would have folded. So it's like, be careful about how you put your mouth on people. Because if God gave you the same situation, you might not even do
You might not be
nothing
even
times 3 times better.
Exactly.
And from that,
That's really true.
you have to, right? And from that, I learned that the sufficiency of grace. You have to not only just give yourself grace, but other people grace. Because had you been in other people's shoes, you might have folded. It's a reason I came a little bit later in life. Because all that she probably had to go through, and she probably didn't have a lot of support like I had. Or just people, period, that came before us. You got to get your mouth off people. You got to watch what you say. And I was just like, you know what, God? Like, that was the moment that I felt really free in a way where I felt like my heart was softening. I felt like my heart was softening because for me and her to be at a great place, we both had to come with a heart that's soft and humble and ready. And it's one thing for somebody to come at you like, I want to have a resolution. And the other person's like, what? A resolution about what? That is not going to go anywhere. And, like, I feel like that was the ending of, like, okay, God, I'm ready. I'm ready to resolve. I'm ready to have this moment. And he just started peeling back the layers. The abandonment. Like, girl, that's not it, you know. Fear, like, the doubt, like, the not feeling of enough. Like, it was so many layers that was just pulled back. And I just felt like from that moment, I've started to attract the right people, the right friends. And, of course, I'm not mad at God about it because I'm like, dang, God, it took you, like, almost 25 years for you to get my spiritual friends. But I had to realize I wasn't ready because God ain't going to send you his best people if you going to hurt them.
Ooh.
I would have hurt the people that I had now. Not, you know, on purpose, but
purposely. Just
my mindset, just the way that the heart of my posture. I mean, it probably would have took him, you know, a little less longer, but that's all on me. But I had to fix my heart, I had to fix my posture, I had to fix the way that I looked at things, my mindset. And, like,
so you can accept the goodness in its full
he's
capacity.
not going to give you something that you're going to destroy. Like, think about us where we at now. Like, girl, we worked hard to get here. He knows that. So for him to send us somebody that's going to take us far away from that, like, what?
He would never.
That don't even sound like my guy.
He would never.
That don't even sound like him.
Maybe yours. Don't sound like mine.
But, you know, for me understanding it at that part, like, I was the problem a little bit. And I'm so happy that God got in that room with me. He stepped to me like, let's fix this. Because the posture of your heart is dictating everything in your life right now.
And Chynna, for me, I think that was the most impactful thing you said today. Because, again, I'm wrong. I'm going to hold my hands up. I'm coming again from that same place of the kind of love that I got from my family. How the morals that they placed in me, the safety that I felt, the lessons that I learned. Everybody around me does not have that same story. So they're going to take criticism, advice, solutions differently than how I would take it. And it's wrong for me to just not look down on them because they're not taking it the same way, but they're not ready. They're not ready. And who am I to say that they should be ready now? Like, who am I to say that they should be ready now?
Get your mouth off of them.
Yeah, like, I really need to take a step back and just evaluate, like, your life is going to be your course. I'm going to let you go through your course. I'm here for you, 100 million, 50%. But I need to just let people go through their course on their own time. And because we're at different stages in life, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Like, I do want to attract a certain kind of new friends, you know, that are where I'm at mentally, or people that are also in, like, healthy relationships. Because I feel like I'm not surrounded by a lot of women my age that are living with their significant other and, you know, see men the way I see mine, or even have a special relationship, like how you're saying, like, you found your spiritual friends. Like, I don't have friends like that yet. But that doesn't mean, like, when I find them that I need to cut off my OG friends.
Nope.
Like, that's family. Like, I feel like my friends that we went to high school together, went to college together, just because we're not in college and we're not in high school anymore doesn't mean that we can still grow out through that. And, like, even with gossip, I'm trying to be done with the gossip. Like, no shade, no shade. Like, gossiping is just so high school to me now. Like, I'm not about to just sit in a group chat and just kiki about somebody, unsolicited, like, just unprovoked. Something like some innocent person that just doesn't deserve what, because they outfit not all that, and this that, and they're like, girl,
we're grown.
Aren't we? Aren't we a little grown at this big age? Like, that seeps into your spirit.
It does. Sometimes we grow apart, and you know, some friends or some people are just not going to be here for certain seasons.
Right.
Like, you might be here for chapter 26, but you might not be here for chapter 27, but that's okay, because chapter 28, it might be a whole full circle, and we might, you know,
for both of us.
That's why I don't talk bad about people, even if we do go our separate ways, because it's like, it's just not our time right now, and that's okay.
Like, just because it's not our time doesn't mean we beefing. Can that become a thing? Like, women just because we're not clicking and we're not buddy as we used to be doesn't mean that we are beefing. Girl. Like, we're cool.
We need to have a whole segment on that.
Like,
we're cool, girl.
We have chicken. It's chicken. It's no beef.
It's no beef. It's no beef. But, you know, I think it's just, like you said, it's important to give each other
grace
and ourselves grace. But we only can give people grace when we start to give ourselves grace. And I think once I learned to give myself grace, I was able to give so many more other people's grace. And I don't take offense, so I try not to a lot of things, because it's not about us. Your bad attitude today, I wasn't the reason for it. I wasn't the reason for it.
It wasn't.
I just got caught in the crossfire. I was just here at the wrong time. And that's how life is. Sometimes we're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And we got caught in the crossfire.
And I learned that in retail.
And that's okay.
Retail taught me that. It's like, you're going to get cussed out by a bunch of people today, and none of it is my fault. Don't take it home with you. Like, it really don't be, like, just because I couldn't find the shirt in your size, you know, I'm the worst person on this planet. I deserve to be fired. Talk to my manager. Go ahead.
But you know
it
what?
is what it is.
It happens. And that's how we gotta
live your life. I don't know if that woman just came from burying somebody. I don't know if that person just came from getting fired. Like, they just got a flat tire. Like, I don't know what they're going through today. And just me not having that shirt in their size with their last straw.
Yep.
Go ahead, let it out. It is what it is.
And people are going through
just
real life.
And let it roll off like water.
I think the most important part to take from this is just don't take offense, or try not to take offense to people in their lives, or what people kind of place on you overall. And I know we're running out of time. This was such a great conversation. But, you know, we have a segment called Girl Check That. So
let's check her.
You know what that Girl Check That is about.
And do.
You know, that little moment in time where you had that, like, hold on, I gotta check that. What's your Girl Check That moment?
Now, after having this conversation, Grace.
The big G. Not the little one. Okay.
For me, it really is Grace. Yes.
Grace.
It's Grace.
Give yourself grace, too.
I feel like, I don't really give myself that much.
And I know you personally.
Yeah, you know, I'm not a perfectionist or anything.
You are such a perfectionist.
Am I?
Absolutely. But it's okay, because I am too.
Thanks. See,
but you might be worse than me.
Yeah, I need to give myself grace. And go through learn how to be a beginner again. I mean, that's where I'm at right now, because this year I have so many goals, and these goals require me to start from the bottom at these things. Like what I want to do, I would have to be like, okay, this is the first stage of something. So I'm learning how to go through the first stage of something again, not being good at it, because you know, I'm always been told, like, you're a natural dancer, you're a natural this, you're a natural that, you're amazing at that. No, I'm not good at everything, and we can start from, we gotta crawl, and then we gotta walk, and then we gotta run. So just giving myself grace during this crawling stage.
Yes,
is my girl check that, because
I think my girl check that is going to be, like you said, I'm going to be willing to unlearn, to relearn. I'm at a place where I'm questioning everything when it comes to just my personal life and personal experiences. And I'm taking it to God. And I'm going to understand that it's nothing that I can bring to his door that he can't work with me with. So I guess the girl check that is, don't be afraid to check yourself.
All right.
Yeah, I'm cooking up something nice. I'm cooking.
The meal is good. Smells good.
I just thank you so much for just having this conversation, being vulnerable, you know. You have to come back, because we have to get deeper.
Oh, let's
go. We got to go deeper. You know us, because we deep. And we got to go in that deep end. Well, I just want to thank you all for tuning in to this episode of This Woman's Work with me, Chynna B, and my great co-host, Tearah, a.k.a. TT. You know, it's my girl. I will see you guys next week for our next episode, and stay tuned.
Thank you.